Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
Reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Lord with you, Lord.
At that time, Jesus exclaimed, I give praise to you, Lord, Father, Lord of heaven and earth. For although you have hidden these things from the wise and the learned, you have revealed them to the little ones. Yes, Father, such has been your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son and anyone to whom the Son wishes to reveal him. Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden light. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Well, as Father Mike said, a happy 4th of July to everybody. And just a great thank you to all the volunteers who helped out with our 4th of July parade outreach yesterday. We had about 100 volunteers. We had people walking in the parade, passing out candy, of course, and also some literature about the Parish. Our Knights of Columbus were cooking up hot dogs, and Healing Prayer Ministry was praying with people and inviting them to light a candle. If you get a chance, go into the Adoration Chapel. There's all these beautiful candles that people lit and then also wrote a certain prayer request on that are in our Adoration Chapel right now. We served about 900 hot dogs. I ate about a quarter of those. No, just kidding. And I think we went through about 700 pounds of ice, and 24 things of water. So I don't know. It was just a wonderful, wonderful event of outreach to our community and also just awareness raising about this awesome parish that we have. So thank you again to everybody who helped out with that. The gospel today presents us 3 invitations from Jesus. And we see in the gospel this image of the yoke. Now, we don't live in that agricultural time of, Jesus, so sometimes these farming metaphors are a little foreign to us. A yoke was a large kind of piece of wood stretched over the shoulders of oxen so that they could pull heavy loads and so that they could kind of plow heavy fields. And a carpenter in Jesus' time in Nazareth, he would not just grab any yoke off of the shelf. Nowadays, if we need something, we just do a few clicks, we answer 27 questions, and an algorithm decides that we need gourmet coffee and a subscription to socks. And that's not Jesus' way. He had a better system. He probably walked that animal into his shop, and he ran his hands along its shoulders and its neck, kind of measured the width of its chest, and he would craft a piece of timber that fit that animal and no other. Get it wrong and the wood would chafe and scratch and hurt the animal. It would just be a constant, unbearable burden. But get it right and it would sit on the strongest muscle and the load would almost feel light. Jesus grew up in that shop. And in today's gospel, he offers us these 3 invitations carved in the same way, not generic, not mass-produced, but specific to you and I. Come to me, all you who labor and are overburdened, and I will give you rest. We know this kind of tired. We're not plowing fields anymore, but some days it just feels like the world is overwhelming and the internet is just laying its weight upon us. We have constant emails that never stop. We have notifications that chirp like annoying birds, and we have to-do lists that are longer than CVS receipts, and that's saying something. For most of us, it's a job that never quits. It's a mortgage that doesn't ease. It's a diagnosis. It's an empty chair at the table this year. The load looks different than it did in Jesus' time, but the weight is the same. And here's what nobody tells you about this kind of exhaustion. It's silent. The people who labor and are overburdened are the last ones to say so. They show up, they keep the lights on, they don't ask for help because asking for help would just seem like one more thing that they don't have the strength for. So what good is faith to someone that tired? My brothers and sisters, faith is not a nap. It's a reminder of who you are underneath the exhaustion. It tells you that you are not your job, you are not your bills, you are not your diagnosis, you are not your loss. You are a son or daughter of God, redeemed and worth more than the weight that you carry. Now, if that truth makes you a little quicker to forgive, a little kinder in the checkout line, a little more convinced of your own worth and dignity, then you've already said yes to that first invitation. Shoulder my yoke. It is easy and my burden is light. That's the second invitation, and it's the one that kind of unlocks the doors to the carpenter shop that I talked about. Now, for most of us here this morning, we hear the word yoke, and we know that we're thinking about breakfast. That's the wrong kind of yoke, not the same yoke. And this phrase here, shoulder my yoke, it is easy. The Greek word behind easy doesn't mean it's krestos. It doesn't mean effortless. It means well-fitted. Jesus isn't handing you someone else's yoke. He's not pulling a generic yoke off the shelf and just saying, deal with it. He measured you. He knows you intimately. Living close to Jesus never makes us smaller. It doesn't add fear, it removes it. It doesn't tighten the leash, it lengthens the freedom. He doesn't drive us with laws and precepts. He draws us with love. G.K. Chesterton once said, "The Christian ideal has not been tried and found wanting. It has been found difficult and left untried." Most of us haven't rejected the yoke of Christ. We've tried carrying everything ourselves first. Apparently, our favorite spiritual exercise is saying, "I've got this," right before we absolutely prove we do not. Learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. That's the third invitation. But it comes with a warning label. We often get humility wrong. We think it means groveling or thinking less of ourselves or apologizing for breathing or even taking up space. Archbishop Seen, who is soon to be beatified this September, said it plainer. He said, "Humility is not a low opinion of oneself. It is freedom from thinking about oneself altogether. It is the realization that everything we have is a gift from God, and therefore we have nothing to boast about." That's the rest that Jesus is offering. Not a vacation from your life, but a vacation from yourself. From the constant, exhausting project of managing our own image. Jesus never asks us to walk a road he has not walked himself. That's why he can carry our failures without flinching. He can forgive our stupidity without a lecture. And he can get us back on our feet every time we fall. No matter how far you have wandered, my brothers and sisters, the invitation to come home has never been withdrawn, and it is just a whispered prayer away. Come to me, all you who labor and are overburdened, and I will give you rest. Shoulder my yoke, it is easy, and my burden is light. Learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Imagine yourself walking into that shop in Nazareth. Joseph is over in one corner, quietly working. Jesus looks up at you and smiles. And he says, let's see what you've been trying to carry. That's a conversation we all need to have with the Lord.